Conservative or aggressive? Which one are you? Welcome back, subscribers. Welcome to my new viewers. Let's go ahead and learn this game of craps together. Hey everyone, it's Mike. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm getting a pretty good feel that there's two types of players when we play this game of craps. People kind of like me who are conservative that may want to start with a small initial bet and try to progress up or go ahead and press to build up our bets before we hit a 7 out. And then there's the other type of aggressive player that likes to start with a large bankroll, get a few hits and regress down, and then try to build a pot before the 7 comes out. So which one are you? Really, I guess depends on your level of risk, your tolerance for hitting that 7 out and having to start over. I'm going to try both and just see how it goes. I'm going to play at a $10 table. So I'm going to start off on the conservative side, and I'm going to wait for a point to come out. And once I do that, I think I'll play, I'll probably play the inside bet, $10 inside, or what would that be? 10, 20, 30, 44 inside. So let's get a point. And if I was playing very conservative, I would put $10 on the inside, which is 44. After maybe 2 hits, I would buy the 4 and 10, and then progress my way up through pressing and try to avoid the 7 out. So let's see how that works. So there's a 5. That gives us $14. We need at least $20 in profits to buy the 4 and 10. So let's roll again. Let's try to get a second hit. There's a 10. Oh, sure wish I would have had money on that, but that's all right. There's an 8. There's another $14. Okay, now we can buy. In a bubble craps system, you can buy at this level. At the table, you probably could not. You probably need to get above 20. But now I've got a 64 across set up. And there's a 9. I'm going to play a collect and then press to progress up my bets. Okay? So there's a 3. That's no good. And there's a 7 out. Okay, so that put me in the hole. So let's start over. Let's get a point. Here's an 11. If you wanted to shoot and you put $10 on the pass line, you can do that also. There's a 4. I'm now going to play inside, $10 inside, or 44 inside if you're playing at a table. Tell the dealer you want set up 44 inside. We need a couple hits here. There's a 6. That's a good hit. That's $14. And there's a 5. Now I'll go ahead and take that $28 and I'll put 10 of it on the 4 and 10 of it on the 10. And there's a 7 out. So far, we haven't really gotten past 5 rolls. Looks like we got 7 rolls on the first one. Let's go ahead and try again. I'll tell you what, let's be the shooter. Let's put $10 on the pass line and let's shoot. Let's go ahead and roll. There's a 7. That gives us $10. And they giveth and they taketh away. Another 7. Got to get a point established here. Okay, there's a 4. Now, let's go ahead and put 44 inside. Now, if you think about it, I do have the 4 covered on my pass line. So now that I've got a $14 win, I could take 10 of that and buy the 10. And let's try to get a couple hits here. And let's start doing a collect and press strategy. And we're not going to get there. So obviously, starting off at any strategy and only getting 7 rolls and then a 7 out, which is kind of the standard, isn't going to be the greatest strategy at this type of a table. Look at our roll distribution. We should probably have rolled a 7, 3 times, and we've rolled it 5. So we're definitely rolling more 7s than expected. I'm not going to give up. I'll continue on. Let's go ahead and put 10 on the pass line. Let's shoot. Let's be the shooter. Okay, there's a 5. Now, I'm going to put 44 inside. No, whoops. Notice it did not put anything on the 5 for me because I've got the 5 covered here. So here's another way of playing your $44 bet. If you're the shooter and you do get a 5 or a 9, you just leave that bet off and you go inside. At this case, it would be 12 and 12 is 24, 34. 34 inside with $10 pass line covering the 5. Let's see if we can't get 2 hits. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Let's get 2 hits here. There's a 4. That's not a hit for us. We don't have any bets on the 4. Another 4. Okay, there's the 5. That's the point. Now the point goes, the puck is gone off, and we're going to establish another point here, and it's a 6. So what we'll do is we'll take this down and we'll put $10 on the 5. Okay? And because we have the 6 covered, we don't have to cap it. So now we're only in for 42. Let's see if we can't get a few hits here. And then we'll go and we'll buy the 4 and the 10. So there's a $14 hit. Let's get one more. There's another 8. That's another 14. Now we have $28 here. Let's go ahead and buy the 4 and the 10. There's the 5. That gives us a hit. So that's we're going to collect. We'll press the next one. There's a 6. That's the point. So we'll roll for a point and then we'll press. Okay? I'm at 29 rolls. Let's roll for a few more. There's an 11, which wins on the pass line. And there's a 3. It loses on the pass line. And there's a 9. Okay? So we collected our last one. I'm going to go ahead and take that $10 down from the 9 because I have it covered here on the pass line. I will put $12 on the 6. And since we did hit our last bet, I'm going to go ahead and press the 6 and 8, 1 unit. And let's just roll that a few times. There's a 5. There's a collect. We'll press the next one. There's a 4. So we've collected. Now we're going to press. We pressed the 6 and 8, 1 unit. Let's go ahead and press the 5 and the 9. Now, I guess we're going to do the 5 and the 10. If you want to press the 9, just put odds on your 9. Let's do that. There's an 8. We're going to collect that one. And there's a 7 out. Okay, so that's a start off conservative on a $10 table, playing inside, few hits, get the 4 and the 10 bought, and then play a collect and press. Let's start over. Let's start another $500 table. Let's get our turbo mode on. Now let's play a little more conservative. I'm sorry, a little more aggressive. So in this scenario, we will start off with a large bet and then regress down. And again, at a $10 table, when I say a large bet at a $10 table, I'm thinking at least 3x, maybe 4x. So let's go ahead and shoot. We're going to be the shooter. Let's put $10 on the pass line. There's a 9. Now, here's what we would do. I would go 25 inside. And since I've got $10 on the pass line, probably put 20 behind. And let's also put 20 on the 4 and the 10. And what we want to do is regress down 1 unit on a hit. Okay, there's a 4. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to regress this down. So instead of 25, we'll go into 20. We'll go maybe 15 across. So let's just take this down. Let's go 15 across. Okay, so that's regressed down a bit. Let's go ahead and get that hit a few times. There's a 6. There's an 8. Now I guess we can take that down and go to our minimum bet, which would be 10 across. Here's a 6. Let's get one more hit here. And there's a 7 out. But still, that's not so bad. We started off higher, and with every hit, we regress down a unit. So that's another option. Let's go ahead and try this again. We'll put $10 on the pass line. Again, this is a $10 table. If you go to a $15 table, you can adjust your bets accordingly. Okay, that's an 11. That wins on the pass line. Let's get a point. There's a 7. That wins. Okay, there's a 6. So the puck moves to the 6. I'm going to go 30. I think I'll go 30 across. So 25 across, 30 across. Okay, so there's 30 across. I don't have anything except $10 on the 6. So let's go ahead and double my odds on the 6 for 20. Okay, so we'll go from 30 to 25, 25 to 20, 20 to 15, 15 to 10. Let's see if we can get there. There's a 5. So there's 30 across. Take that down. I'm going 25 across. And 20 odds on the 6. There's a 7 out. Okay. So when you hit your 7 out, you now have another option. If you're the aggressive player, instead of going 30 across, you might even go higher to try to make up that loss. So again, if you wanted to be the shooter, let's put $10 in the pass line. Last time we did 30. Okay, there's an 11. That's a winner. Let's get a point. There's a 3. That's a loser. Let's replace it. And there's a 5. Last time we put 30. Why don't we try with 50 across? Okay. Now we're getting pretty aggressive. But again, one hit may get us out of the red. And let's see. I can do 20 odds on the pass line. Okay, let's roll. There's a 12. That doesn't help us. One hit. There's a hit. There's $70. That's at 50 across. Let's go down from 50 to 25. Or is that too far down? Let's go 25. Let's go 30. Let's go down in half. Let's go 30 across. Same odds behind our 5 on our pass line. Let's get a hit here. There's a 6. That's at 30. Let's go to 25 now. Let's go down. 25 across. Same odds. One hit. There's a 6. All right, we're at 25. You want to go down to 15 now? Let's try that. This would be a lot easier on a bubble craps because you can control these bets. If you're playing at a table, the dealer's going to maybe start giving you some looks. You're going to be working that dealer pretty hard here. Let's go ahead and put our 20 odds behind the 5. There's a 6. And now we can go all the way down to 10, our minimum. And we'll just do single odds. And there's a 7. So I think this is going to be a strategy that you're going to have to determine what type of player you are. If you're conservative and you want to start at a lower initial bet and press and collect your way up, progress up, or do you want to start at a higher bet, get a few hits and progress and regress down? When you do hit the 7, you can always then decide you want to double your initial bet, start off a little higher, whether you're playing the regression from an aggressive point or if you want to power press or press, start off a little higher and press up. Really up to you. So that's 20 rolls. Let's go ahead and try. Let's get at least 30 rolls, and we'll be able to compare it to our first 30 rolls when we were being more conservative. So let's put $10 on the pass line. There's an 8. So let's go ahead. I'm still up, so I'm not going to go all the way to 50. Let's go 30 across with double odds. And let's try to get one hit. There's a 4. There we go. So let's take that 30 down to, let's just go down to 20. This is all up to you. 20 across with 20 in odds. There's a 7 out. Okay. So quick 7-outs is going to hurt any strategy unless you're playing a strategy that wins on the 7. So I think we've got time for one more roll. Let's go ahead and try $10 on the pass line. Now, if you want to get really crazy, you can do this with a don't pass, and you can do, instead of doing, you can lay bet instead of place bets. But let's go ahead and do one more on place bets. So let's get a point. Okay, the point's at 10. Let's do 50 across and 20 in odds on the 10. That's $300 in bets right there. That's a lot of risk. We want one hit, and I guess we're not. Okay, so again, the point of this video was to get you to think about where you feel comfortable when you play at the craps table. Do you want to start off with a minimum bet and work your way up, progress up through pressing and then collecting and pressing? Or do you want to start aggressive and start off big, get one hit, and regress down? I have to admit, I'm more of a conservative player. I am trying to be a more aggressive player. I just would like to play with a large number at the beginning, get one hit, and then I might change my strategy. I may do something like this. Let's say I'm not the shooter. I'm just going to go ahead and put my bets on and lock them in, and I'm going to go 50 across. Oh, I've emptied my rack. Okay, let's go 30 across. What I would do at this point here, since I'm running out of money, I would try to get 2 hits at 30 across. Okay, I didn't even have enough to get the 4 bet, but there's 2 hits. Now I think what I would do is I would take this down and I would change my strategy to a 6, 7, 8. And if you're familiar with that, you can put $30 on the 6, 30 on the 6, 30 on the 8, and that's 120. So 120 is 240. I would put 300 behind the 4. Oh, I don't have enough. I'd put 105 behind the 4. Now, a 7-out would hurt me because I would lose 120 and I would only win about 50. So I don't have enough to really play the strategy the right way. But let's go ahead and try it. There's the 7-out. Okay, so can't really play the 6, 7, 8 strategy unless I have enough money to cover the 6 and 8 on my lay bet. Okay. Anyway, that's 30 rolls. Give some thought to what type of a player you are. Leave me a note in the comments. Let me know how you play. If you like playing small and build your way up. And if you just want to start with a cross bet instead of going inside and then trying to cover the 4 and 10, that's a little bit more aggressive. But the most conservative way, I think, would be to play a minimum inside bet, and then after 2 hits, buy the 4 and 10, and then progress up with either 1 or 2x 2-unit presses. Okay. Anyway, that's the video we're going to do for today. Hope everyone's having a good day, and as always, thanks for watching.
Hey guys, if you made it this far, please check out these other craps related channels.